Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Sally Myers, and I am the founder of the Paris and Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce Student of the Month program. And I'm also delighted to say that my husband Gary and I are the very excited operators and owners of the Sizzler restaurant here in Paris, and want to thank you all again for just supporting us through our remodel and now being part of what we call the new generation Sizzler. So we're very excited to be up and running and serving the community, and in what many people are saying, this is no longer my grandfather's Sizzler anymore. But we do think it's a Sizzler for all generations, so thank you so much for that. I'd like to have us get started this morning at a time of just a great appreciation for our students and our families, and we're going to open up with prayer this morning and the Pledge of Allegiance. So Joe Strange with Student Venture, and Student Venture has been our prayer partner for the 24 years that we've been honoring students in the Valley. And then we are going to have our Pledge of Allegiance by our very own council member from the city of Paris, Mark Yarborough. So Mr. Joe.
Good morning. If you guys all could, we can just stand and then we'll bow our heads in prayer, and then we'll go right into the Pledge of Allegiance. Father, we just thank you so much for this morning and for bringing us here. Father, I ask that you would just bless our time, bless our food and our fellowship, but also just want to ask that you would just bless the students here. Father, that you've gifted them so tremendously, and we're going to be able to celebrate that today. Father, I ask that you would just continue to work in their lives, help them to come to know you more and have a better understanding of who you are, Jesus. Father, just bless them. Bless the business owners and the representatives here, and all the elected officials and their representatives as well, as they continue to guide our community, guide our state. And so, Father, just bless us, Lord. We thank you so much for your provision. Father, we love you, and we pray to you in Jesus' name.
Good morning, everyone. If you'd please join me in honoring our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. You're welcome to be seated. I want to make sure, can everybody hear this morning? You can all hear? All right. That means we're really in business this morning. We were founded 17 years ago here in Paris in 1998, and we have been honoring outstanding students with their families, our teachers, principals, for that many years, and it is truly exciting and a privilege and a pleasure to be able to stand before you all these years and say that we never, ever have nothing is repetitive, nothing is duplicated, because every single student, every single family is unique and has special gifts and talents, and we just marvel at what we learn from you all. So even though maybe some of us have been coming for 17 years, it's like a new beginning, a new day every time we come to Student of the Month. So we're always excited to meet you all. We have a mission statement, and it is the same today as it was 24 years ago. And I want to share that with you because as parents and grandparents and family members, it's important for you to know how your son or daughter was selected and why and what the guidelines are that we've given to the schools. And for those of you that are parents and guests to the different students this morning, please raise your hand so we can at least see who you are real quickly. Raise your hands. Family, brothers, sisters, everybody, friends. Okay, that is great. So we are a nonprofit organization. We are very local, as you can see. We're homegrown, and we are honoring outstanding college-bound, trade school-bound, or vocational-bound students, seniors, obviously. And we are honoring your son or daughter today for their character, their love of learning, their ability to juggle numerous activities, whether it be on campus, in the community, or athletics, how you've made a difference, your passion, or maybe how you've persevered through a challenging life circumstance. And it's all in an environment that honors God, our country, community, family, and free enterprise. And to tell you the truth, I don't know where you can go today and get that all in the same room. But we do it here, and people love it, and people know that it's sincere and it's authentic. And so it's very exciting to have you all here. I'd like to introduce our students to you. And if you have your program, you can even follow along with me. And from Paris High School, our principal is Nick Hilton. So Nick, if you want to stand for us, please. And your student is Leslie Giayella. And Leslie, if you would have your family and friends and your guests stand as well, so we can give you a great hearty round of applause. Thank you. And from Paris Lake High School, our principal, Dean Hauser. And our student is Jeffrey J. Kelton. So Jeffrey, you want to stand with your family and guests and mentor teacher as well. And from Heritage High School, our principal, Julie Zerold. And our student is Karina Contreras, and your family and guests and mentor teacher, please. And from Paloma Valley High School, our principal, Don Williamson, and our student is Julia I. Rivera, and your family, guests, and mentor teacher, please. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We are just so excited to have you here. I would now like to introduce the representatives from our Chambers of Commerce. For the Menifee Valley Chamber this morning, we have Dorothy Wallens, our CEO, and Tomi Amalatu. Yes, thank you very much. I knew you'd do a much better job than myself. So if you'd like to come forward, and unless I missed a representative from the Paris Chamber, then we will definitely have Dorothy, if you all, and Tony would come forward. Thank you.
Well, then I'll speak for both of us. On behalf of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce and the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce and their staffs and their members, we'd like to commend all of the students here today for their hard work and wish you best luck on your futures, whether you go out, serve our country, go off to college. We hope that you bring back your expertise back to Menifee and Paris, raise your families, and continue with your leadership in our communities. So congratulations to you and your families. Tony?
Congratulations to the students, and thanking all the sponsors that make this thing go every month. You guys do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our volunteers because, as all of you know, whether or not you're students, your teachers, your business owners and sponsors, is that in your organization, you're only as good as the folks that you surround yourself with. And in our program here, we have awesome volunteers. So we have Sarah Rico and Lori Ortel. If you want to stand up back in the back, so stand up so they can actually see you. They're with the Paris Union High School District, and they are our chairs. They're always here early. They're the ladies with the smile, and they have a servanthood attitude, so we appreciate them. And our accountant is Kim Garcia, and I don't see here Kim this morning, but she is a very a vital person in our organization. And Dr. Jonathan Greenberg, he is, well, we appreciate you for many, many reasons. One is that you MC whenever I'm unable to be here, but you also provide this wonderful staff of yours to coordinate and assist and do so many things behind the scenes that nobody really knows that they do. So just trust me, they do a lot. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. And the City of Paris, and I know that Mayor Darrell Bush is unable to be here this morning, so I'm going to ask Councilman Yarbrough if you would let Mayor Bush know, as well as yourself and Judy, how important we appreciate the City of Paris, because you have brought to us many sponsors throughout the year, so we appreciate that. And I'd also like to thank Dorothy Wallens with the Menifee Chamber of Commerce, because Dorothy, you too have brought together many sponsors for our program. So without you all being out there, and as new businesses come into town, and they might say to you, well, what can we do? And you also have the opportunity to say, well, there's a student of the month. So we appreciate that. So thank you. and then of course our Sizzler staff, so we really appreciate all of them. I'd like to introduce our breakfast sponsors, and that would be many of our businesses in town. And if you open up your program, you will actually see on the left-hand side of the program, on the inside of the program, all of the business sponsors, and there are several that are here today. So I would like to introduce who they are. We have from Altura Credit Union, we have Karina Chum and Cheryl Benjamin. So ladies, back over here. And where's Miss Karina? Karina, I want you to stand real quickly, because Karina, 2 years ago, and of course she's been attending with Altura for years along with Cheryl, and she said, I just love this program. I want to start this program in the Hemet and San Jacinto area. So she contacted me. We work very closely together. So she's now starting her second year of organizing the program there, and you're their MC, and she does an eloquent job. So thank you for your passion for kids. And Bank of Hemet, Summer Beatty. Is Miss Summer here? I don't see Summer. And from the city of Menifee, we have our council member, John Denver. So John, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. From the city of Paris, you've met our council member, Mark Yarborough and Judy Hawley, so thank you very much. Our county supervisor, Marion Ashley, and his representative is Dennis Gutierrez. So Dennis, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here with us. And from CRNR, we have Dolores Badillo. So thank you very much, Dolores. And she actually is planning a women's conference in the Hemet and San Jacinto area. And when is that going to be, Miss Dolores? So they're planning a wonderful conference. So anyway, so we're very excited about what she's doing in our community. From International Auto Crafters, please meet Annie Petrelli. So Miss Annie, thank you very much for being here. And let Harry know that we value his contribution and his participation for all these years. Thank you. From the Paris Union High School District, you've met Dr. Jonathan Greenberg, our superintendent. You've met Lori and Sarah. But we also have with us this morning, we have Steve Swartz. So thank you very much, Steve. And Marcy Savage, Miss Marcy. And our board members, Joan Cooley and Bill Holstrom. So thank you all very much. And we don't have anyone with us, but we also have, as part of our sponsors, and I always like to mention him, that is Ken Young, and he is the superintendent of the Riverside County Office of Education, and it's just great that they participate, as well as the Rotary Club in Paris, our Sizzler, and Vistera Credit Union. So Maria Caparas, Maria, if you want to raise your hand, hi, so everyone can see you, thank you. So let's give all of our breakfast sponsors a great round of applause. What makes our program unique and very exciting and actually rather competitive is that we offer a scholarship in June, and it's called the Student of the Year Scholarship. So in order to be eligible for the Student of the Year Scholarship, you must first be Student of the Month. So does that mean you're in the right spot? Yes, you are. And you're the second Student of the Month, which means it gives you the rest of the year to really keep track of all the activities that you're involved in and start thinking about how you make a difference, because there will be an essay, a question that you'll have to write 2 short essays, and Sarah and Lori in springtime, early spring, will be sending out applications to each of the school sites. Your principals will literally personally hand you those applications, and you'll have maybe about close to 4 weeks to complete them, but it is competitive, so you will be competing against students from your own school site, all right? And then the small schools compete together. And so it's very important. And last year's scholarship was close to $2,000, a little bit over that. And so we hope to have that much again this year. Right now we have 1,700 committed, but we will continue to grow that throughout the year. So those are really valuable dollars that you can take with you off to college. So I'd like to introduce our scholarship donors to you. We have Fred Good and Associates. They're one of the wonderful vendors and business partners with the Paris Union High School District, International Auto Crafters, and you've met Miss Annie. And the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, so thank you, Dorothy, and we appreciate that, and Tony. The Paris Plaza and Cordours Family Limited Partnership, They own the shopping center right across the street from us, and their Daryl Smith, their owner, actually was the one that put up the very first scholarship several years ago, and because of that, we were able to grow our scholarship program. From the Paris Union Management Association, we appreciate their scholarships, Star Milling, Sun Pro Solar, and we have Emily Padilla, and as Emily, sometimes she pops in just a little late, and then WLC Architects, and they also partner up with the Paris Union High School District. So please give them a great round of applause. Now, if you are Student of the Year, you get some extra special gifts. You get something from our council member, Mark Yarborough, and his lovely wife, Shelley. They do engraved ink pens of your school colors. Costco provides a great beach towel. You will get a special gift from CR&R, and Vestera and Altura provides special gifts as well. So it's amazing, everyone that kind of steps up to the plate and says, we want to give this and we want to offer that. So you will get a lot more gifts as well as Student of the Year. I'd now like to introduce our dignitaries. They are going to take a few seconds to just share some words of wisdom and congratulations to you. And they're going to come forward and speak in this order. From the City of Paris, we have our council member, Mark Yarborough. And from the City of Menifee, our council member, John Denver. From Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, Miss Denny Horn. From Assemblyman Jose Medina's office, we have Carmen Cuvas, I believe, am I saying that right? Cuvas, okay. And from County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Dennis Gutierrez. You just come on right over here, stand next to me. And from Richard Roth's office, we have Alti Holcomb. From our United States Congressman office, Mark Takano, we have Marcela Magnana. And we also then will conclude the remarks with our superintendent, Dr. Jonathan Greenberg. Thank you.
Sounds good. Good morning again, and on behalf of Mayor Darrell Bush and the City Council, we're going to be presenting the students today with a Certificate of Achievement. It's very nice, signed by the mayor and the city clerk, and that'll look good with your in a portfolio with your resume. This carries a lot of weight. It says a lot about you. What Sally was talking about, she did her introduction earlier, and she was reminding us that this program here has been going for 17 years. It just reminds me that I've been serving on the city council for 18, and I remember the very first launch of this program, and it's like, wow, what a great idea. And it ends up being better than us. So what I want to talk about today is me. And the reason I want to talk about that is because without the support and the help that I've had from my school, from my community, from everybody, I would not be able, I wouldn't have I have two companies here in Paris, an auto repair shop, a tow company. That was my major, if you will, in high school, was auto shop. I participated in ROP, went to state finals, ended up working for a Volvo dealer, got an associate degree from a technical college. But it was all through the John Denver. I bought my first house from him here in Paris. Tony Amatuli, who you met earlier, we buy a lot of our auto parts. As a graduate of Paris High School, it all came together for me, but I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the support of this community in one way, shape, or form. So I'm really, other than probably the greatest honor that was ever bestowed on me was to be elected to serve on the city council. And when I came on the city council, we were 30 days from bankruptcy. And what you see today is the result of a lot of hard work with a lot of people and staff, constituents, and now we're probably one of the best run cities in the state, not because of me, but because of our ability to work with everybody. And I see that in so many, you know, for a world that is in so much trouble, and you see all this, every time I come to one of these things and I see students such as yourselves, it gives me a glimmer of hope that, you know what, we can do this. We can hold ground, we can gain ground, we can make it happen, because it's students like yourself that have had the support and the love and the prayer from everybody. So you guys are my hope, and somewhere along the line somebody thought that there was an investment in myself to be able to help and make a difference, and to be able to do that, we're from my heart really, really honored to recognize you for your achievements. But I was never Student of the Month, and I'd like to think that I've done pretty good. You guys can go anywhere you want, do anything you want. So just remember that you guys are the best of the best, and it gives us, great pride to be able to honor you today. So from the City of Paris and all of our communities here, thank you and congratulations.
I suspect nobody can hear us up here. This microphone isn't quite loud enough. What I want to talk for a second about is what we can do for you. I just had a call a couple of weeks ago from one of the Student of the Month years ago, and he's back east, and he wanted to know how to be introduced to the people in that city to get to move up a job, and I explained to him how it works and where to go. I had a Student of the Month from, 10 years ago, who's a councilman from a local city here, and he wanted to be a councilman. He did get elected, and he wanted to know how to do that. And I introduced him to a bunch of people. You have an unusual opportunity, and this is your first opportunity, I suspect, in our world that the other gentleman was just talking about. You need to take that list that you're going to be given here in a little bit, the thank you notes, all those people's names, and you need to go through and pick some people there that you want to keep in touch with. There's a thing that you know all about and we just learned about called Facebook and Twitter and whatever all that is. And keep track of us, keep those on there, keep in touch. We can help you. We can help you later on in your life when you come to work. Come talk to us. If you want to talk about real estate, you just heard about real estate, you want to know what do? You call somebody who's in real estate. And I don't mean sell you a house, I mean, we'll know you, we'll be your friend. You have an unusual opportunity. The City of Menifee has a beautiful certificate for you for tonight. Now here's what you do with this. You put it in your portfolio, and when you go to college, or when you're trying to get into college, you show them this. And in all the other stuff that you have, that's what you do with that. The city, and then after you graduate and after you've kept in touch with us, you come back to the City of Menifee, maybe Paris, and you get a job. You open a business. We got a whole bunch of new businesses coming into Menifee, and we want you to open those businesses and go to work. So congratulations to you all.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here today. This is actually my first time being here, and I wanted to congratulate on behalf of the Assembly member all the students for their hard work and dedication. I know that education played a big part in the Assembly member's life, and it played a big part in my life, being a first generation student here, and I just finished my 4 years at UCR and graduated. And so I wanted to present this certificate. All of you will receive one from the Assemblyman, and he wanted to let you know that he is very proud. And it reads, on behalf of the California State Assembly, it is my privilege to present you with the certificate of recognition for your outstanding academic achievements. I commend you on your dedication and commitment to academic success. Congratulations.
Well, good morning. I'm Denny Horn, and I'm here on behalf of State Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez. And this is one of the best things that I get to do in my role as her senior field representative. I get to come out and hear about the success that our students are achieving in the Valley. And it's wonderful to be able to take that information back and share it with the Assemblywoman, especially when she's up in Sacramento. Lots of times she needs those little uplifting stories to help her endure the week that she has up there when she's running from committee to committee. This is exciting because you have made a choice. You've decided to make your education paramount, and you've decided to better yourselves through that education. The Assemblywoman commends you for that. She has a certificate that recognizes that effort, and she hopes that you will continue in your endeavors, come back to the Valley, and help this Riverside County area become the great city and area that it is. Congratulations.
Buenos dias and good morning. And on behalf of Mary and Ashley, congratulations to each and every student. One of the things that I want to echo what Sally said is I like the fact that she introduced the family members. And students, count your blessings, because there are a lot of your fellow students that are at your school that don't have what you have. Help them. Be the mentors, be the leaders, and always give back. And remember, like I talked about you getting into medical school, I haven't had a chance to talk to you either, but there's a lot of good schools locally, so you can give back. So when you become a doctor, you can help this little baby that's here, because that's going to be one of probably your first patients. So again, thank you and God bless.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Senator Richard Roth, I'd like to congratulate each of today's awardees, and I also want to thank the parents, teachers, staff, and administrators for pouring into their lives and helping making our students a success. So again, congratulations and have a great day.
Good morning, my name is Marisela Magaña, proud graduate of Paris High School. On behalf of Congressman Mark Takano, it is my privilege to present congressional certificates to the Outstanding Student of the Month. And as you are off to college, I hope that you come back and give back to your community. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Tom Wilson. I'm here representing Senator Mike Morrell. And I want to say congratulations to the students that were selected for this month. And also thanks to the parents, to the family, to the educators that have gotten these students to the point they are, and good luck in the future. And I'm very, very anxious to hear your stories as you come up and present yourselves this morning. Congratulations.
Well, on behalf of the Board of Education, I get to tell you how fortunate we're all going to be in a couple of minutes to hear your stories, because they're all amazing and what you've accomplished. I want to remind you, though, this is October, and you're the second student of the month, and so you got to keep this thing going, because you want to be Student of the Year, because that's where the big prize is at the end. But more important than that is continue being a great role model for the people at school. Other students look at you and admire what you've accomplished, and being a role model is an important thing. It's something you need to consider all the time. It was talked about earlier about thank you notes. It's my job to remind you that inside your gift bag is a list of the people that we want you to thank. And the good news is it's not you can't send them a tweet, you can't send them an email or a text. We really want you to do old school, where you actually write down thank you. And so we'll have a list of all those people, and when you're finished excuse me, with your thank you notes, if you can get them to your principal, they'll go ahead and send them to us, and we'll take care of the postage. So again, part of becoming a mature adult is recognizing you didn't do this by yourself. There's a lot of people to thank, the people that are here, and then the people who've supported this program and make something like this occur every single time. Well, bad news today. Obviously, there's bad news all throughout the world and the country, if you choose to look at it that way. But obviously, that person who came from Liberia to Dallas passed away this morning of Ebola. I mean, and obviously we hear what's going on in Syria with ISIS. And so the world seems like a pretty crazy place. But I need to tell you, there's hope. You as students, you as adults, you as researchers, we expect you to find the cure for Ebola. We expect you not just to help people in the United States, but the people in Africa that are suffering so greatly from that disease. It all starts in the classroom. It all starts by going to college. It all starts by making sure you work hard every single day and understand that you can do something in your life that's way more important than the degrees. It's way more important than being Student of the Month. It's way more important than the money that you might make having a real important job. Making a significant difference in the lives of people is a worthy initiative in and of itself. And so that's what we expect to hear. We expect to hear you using this base, the success that you've had in high school, to use it as a base to move on and do great in college and do well in your future endeavors and make your family and the school district proud. On behalf of the Board of Education, again, I thank you and I congratulate you for your fine achievement. And now I'm going to turn the program over to Sally Myers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Dr. Greenberg told you just a little bit about the special gift bags that you'll be receiving, and we have them all set up on a table out there, and we've got quite a few of the gifts displayed up here. And so it is really exciting to know that you get to go home and you're going to go out to many restaurants and do numerous activities. And I wanted to share a little bit about what you have in there with some of the folks that are here today from Altura Credit Union, from Karina and Cheryl. I know that you've got a great cold cup over here, so that will be wonderful. From the City of Menifee, they give you, it's just like a bag overflowing full of water bottles, a key ring, a pen, pedometer, a bag, all kinds of good things with the City of Menifee on it. So you'll have fun running around town enjoying all of those. As well as the City of Paris, you have an insulated cooler bag, which I have to talk to someone from the City of Paris. Who do I know that I'd love to have an insulated cooler bag? Okay, thank you. A notepad and a calculator, so all those important things that you need. From creative printing, your thank you notes, and they're just not any kind of thank you note. It is like gold lettering on here because that's how much we care about you and we value you. So those are exciting. From International Auto Crafters and Miss Annie, you have a gift bag, and they fill it with all kinds of wonderful things. There's something that's engraved inside, and it's actually heavy. All kinds of candies and homemade cookies and special little, this is really kind of cool. And I get these fun things, you know, I kind of ask and I get. And this is really exciting because if you're ever in your car and something ever happens, this tells you all the things that you need to do. It's like a little automobile accident kit, but it tells you the important things that you need to do if anything were to happen. And it is a very valuable tool. So thank you, Annie. We appreciate you putting that together for everyone. From New Life Fellowship and Pastor Ted Norton. So he provides a Bible and a devotion book, which I think those are all very important and really excited about that. So thank you. From New York's Upper Crust Pizza and Whimsical Yogurt and Gelato, you've got some certificates. And from Reflections Christian Fellowship, you've got another devotional book. And you from Vistera Credit Union, you get a Subway gift card and a special card holder, so we're real excited about that. And from your schools, they'll be giving you a special gift certificate. You get some movie tickets, the postage is taken care of for you, thank you cards. You get the DVD of today's program, and numerous, and there are so many, but numerous restaurants that will be providing special gifts for you as well. And if you open up your program, you'll get to see, and just a couple of them that I'd like to shout out. You've got your Carl's Jr., you've got Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out Burger, Jersey Mike's. We even have the Lake Elsinore Storm. You get to go to a game in April. Mulligan's, Richie's Diner, Sizzler, Texas Roadhouse, Stadium Pizza, Sweet Tea's Heavenly Cupcakes, Tri-Stone Cinema. So you are going to need to, when you bowl, you're going to have to run with that ball, and if you're going to try to burn off some of those calories from all those restaurants. So, and when you're doing miniature golf, you're going to have to go like this. I mean, you're going to have to do everything you can because you're going to be eating around town and you're going to want to burn those calories. So you will thoroughly enjoy your gift bag. Now we'd like to come to part of the program that you all have been waiting for, and that is to meet our students and their families. And so we have a little presentation program that we want you all to follow, and I'm going to share it with you. The order that we're going to present our students today will be based on the front of the program. So we will begin with Paris High School and end with Paloma Valley High School. And we have about 6 minutes per student, and this is how the 6 minutes will be sort of divided up. And truly it is a time of sharing great examples of character and how the students make a difference. So the principal will have about a minute to introduce and do a little bit of sharing, and then the students will have about 2.5 minutes, and this is where you will share a variety of things. You will share, you'll actually introduce your family and guests, and you'll introduce your mentor teacher. We want to hear where you plan on attending college and your career goals, and if you don't tell us that, probably Mark or somebody from up front will say, you need to tell us where you're going to college or what schools you're looking at, because we want to know. We want to know a little bit about your current life on campus. Then we have one or more of the following questions that we want you to answer. And they are, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, or family? Or what do you think is the most significant life lesson that you will take to college? Or how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? Or the final question, share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you have overcome. And so when you actually start that sharing, you might say, I believe my greatest contribution is, or a life lesson that I've learned is, because we want to make sure that we know what that is. And then once the student shares, then we are going to have the mentor teacher share for about a minute, and then we will have one member from the family share. All right? And Sarah, did you want to show off your signs? This is just more in fun, but Sarah has these cute little signs, and it actually says it's about time to wrap it up. Stand closer, and really the stand closer is probably the most important one because, as you can see, it's being videotaped by Randy Hughes and students from Paloma Valley High School, and it's aired on Time Warner Cable Television through the generosity of the City of Paris. And we want to make sure that everybody stays close. So when you come forward, we're going to have the principal and the mentor teacher on this side of the podium. Then we're going to have our student right here and the family lined up right next to you. So we'll kind of line it up for the first family, then you all will know. But as you go to speak, you want to still always continue to move in and kind of stay in that little friendly huddle, is what we call it, all right? And so with that, let's begin with Paris High School and Mr. Nick Hilton, please. I am keeping this little guideline up here, so if there's any questions about what we want you to speak on, it is there. Okay, let's get you all coordinated. I think that looks really good. You're ready to go.
Are we good? Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to begin by thanking all the sponsors. This is an amazing event to have each month, and it gives all of the sites a great pleasure to bring our students to honor. I would like to also congratulate all the students, to consider how many students are in your senior classes and how few get selected for this honor. It is really an amazing thing to be sitting in this room today, so congratulations to all of you. I have the pleasure of introducing a remarkable young lady from Paris High School, Leslie Ayala, to you. Leslie is a campus role model. She's a campus leader. As you can see, she's involved in our ROTC program. She is a first lieutenant, recently promoted, as I understand. She is very involved in campus and just an outstanding all-around young lady. She is also currently our #1 ranked senior, and she has a pretty substantial margin, so I think she's going to hold on to that to be the valedictorian for Paris High School. So with that, I introduce Leslie Ayala.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say that it's an honor to be standing here in front of all of you students and all the sponsors. With me today, I have my dad, Jose Ayala, and the teacher that sponsored me, Emdo. I'm applying right now to Columbia University and almost all of the military academies, West Point, Annapolis, and the Air Force Academy. I'm hoping to get accepted there into one of the academies and fulfill one of my dreams of becoming an officer in the military. I also plan to apply to Columbia University, University of Chicago and Cornell, and UCLA, of course.
It's okay, that's okay to be
I come from Los Angeles, not the greatest part of Los Angeles that people brag about going to on the weekends. I come from the place where people would get shot at least twice a month, place where there's a gang in every other corner, where you can't wear certain colors to school because people are afraid of being considered in a gang. But living through that for my first 13 years of life showed me that through academics, one can succeed and get out of that circumstance. And it opened my eyes to the value of an education. And so I strove for the best in education. That's why I try so hard to getting good grades. And apparently it's working out because I'm standing here today. And in 2008, I lost my mom to cancer. And seeing her every day fight against it, still smiling and trying to put a smile on her face every day, seeing her laying down on the bed, dying, it pushes, and it still pushes me forward. It shows me that my struggles right now are nothing compared to what she had to go through. They're nothing compared to what the families in Los Angeles are going through right now. And it shows me that I can keep on going. And if to my family, I contribute footsteps. And I say footsteps because being the first to go to college and hopefully to graduate with an engineering degree, I hope to make footsteps for all my little cousins, my little brother, to follow through, because it's possible. And I want them to know that it is possible. Even though we come from a family like that, we can all keep on going. So again, I'd like to thank all of you for helping make this possible. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mr. Morgan Wilson, and I was Leslie's AP World History teacher when she was a sophomore. I've had the privilege of coming to these over the past couple of years, and the first couple of years I came, I made notes and I was kind of nervous, and what am I going to say? But with Leslie, it's a little different. I think her story kind of says it all. And I would more than gladly let her speak about her life than have me try to tell you what I know about her. I had the privilege of recently filling out the Quest Bridge scholarship forms for her. She's in the running for that this year. And I really didn't know anything about her until she gave me her bio. And she basically told you the information that I just found out about her just a month or two ago. Her life story is something that I think gives us all hope about the future. Like Dr. Greenberg says, in today's day and age, you might think that the future looks bleak. But as a teacher of high school students, I can see the future. And as long as we have students like Leslie, I know we'll be fine, because she is, and all you other winners of this award, you guys are going to be the leaders in the future. And I just want to mention also, thank you, Mr. Hilton, for letting me come out today. First year at Paris High School, he started at the end of last year, lots of great changes, but forcing all the men to dress like you was kind of tough. I'm just kidding, we just kind of happened to do that. One last thing I want to mention, every day I think about Leslie, even though she's not in my classes anymore. And the reason is, I want to pull this up real quick. I have Facebook, and I just started a couple of years ago, so I'm kind of behind the curve. But what I wanted to show you is the cover on my Facebook page is when I taught her class in AP 10th grade. And it's a picture of the class, and they're balancing books on their head. And if you can get a shot of this, the one right in the middle is Leslie. So if you can see that, she's just sitting in class with a book on her head, like the rest of the class. So I think about her every day, even if I don't see her on campus. She's with me. She's right next to my heart, or wherever I hold my cell phone. So she does a great job.
Good morning. I'm Leslie's dad, and I want to thank everybody, especially her teacher, for nominating her. Leslie's a hard-working student. She's always giving 110% on everything she does. From being 5 years old and already winning tournaments in Taekwondo, in Taekwondo, achieving her black belt in Taekwondo at age 10. She continues to pay it forward by tutoring her fellow classmates, as well as volunteering in her community. Leslie has been #1 in her class for the past 3 years and never missed one day of school. That shows how dedicated she is toward her education. I know she'll do great things in the future. And Leslie, if your mom was here, she will be as proud of you as I am today. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Paris Lake High School, Mr. Dean Hauser.
All right, thank you very much. Ditto with everything Nick said to everybody. Tremendous event, and congratulations to all the students and families. I know I'm limited in time, so I'm going to get going on this. A little different thing about Jeffrey Kelton. He has the high grades, he participates in class, does all those things, his teachers love him and so on. But the words I'm going to use for him today are consistency and participation. I'm going to tell you at 1:16 every single day, someone's going to knock on my office door. And it's going to be Jeff, and he's going to demand a basketball. And he is going to, come on in a little tighter, I can see the hands in the back. You good? All right. So, with that said, he is going to get a basketball for the next 25 minutes with his basketball warriors. They are, whether it's 85 degrees, 95 degrees, or 105, they are going to battle on our basketball court in the middle of our campus. Entertain our classes, all of our kids. And the fact that every single day I can count on him to show up. I can count on him to participate in class. I can participate to be a leader. I'm absolutely positive that every single day this guy is going to wait for the basketball to come back up to him, and he's going to take it to the hole, and he's going to score, and he does it every single day. And that is the reason why he is our district student of the month. So I would like to introduce to you Jeffrey Kelton.
All right, I would like to welcome everyone here and thank you all for coming. I'd like to introduce my mom and my sister, who's somewhere with my 11-month-old nephew. I would like to talk about the success I've had at Paris Lake since I came. The success I've had at Paris Lake High School has been incredible and unbelievable. When I started at Paris Lake, my thoughts were I needed to work harder and I needed to approach it as if I was practicing for a sport. I knew it was going to be difficult because I knew nobody. I was pretty much alone starting out. As time went by, I felt more comfortable and confident in myself. At that point, I was motivated and determined to keep up my hard work and effort. The keys to my success have been commitment, hard work, effort, motivation, energy, and above all, staying true to myself as a person. Over time, I've come so far and matured as a person. I've received a lot of advice from a lot of people. And all that advice has had an influence on me. I personally believe that the advice I have been given has contributed to the success I've had at Paris Lake. During my time at Paris Lake, I've had the opportunity to meet many people that have amazing personalities and are respectful, whether they are staff or students. Paris Lake is a calm and relaxed environment. Everyone is respectful towards each other. The teachers are the best. They actually sit down and take the time to help everyone. I believe that environment has been important to my success. Before I went to Paris Lake, I struggled at every school my entire life. I never felt more comfortable and calm. And furthermore, I want to thank my teachers, the staff and faculty of Paris Lake, and most importantly, my sisters and my mom. Without their support and help, I don't think I would be as close as I am to finishing high school. In conclusion, the success I've had at Paris Lake is greater than what I could have imagined. I'm excited to finish. I still have goals I want to accomplish while I'm at Paris Lake. I am determined and confident that I will accomplish my goals because when I finish high school, I don't want to look back and have any regrets or wish I did certain things differently. I want to feel proud of myself and that I did everything I wanted to do. That's how I define my success. It's how much I was able to accomplish. And after I finish at Paris Lake High School, I want to study physical therapy. And I am looking into schools at MSJC to learn graphic designing as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miss Johnson. I just got married in June, so I used to be Miss Jenkins. So the kids call me Jenkins Johnson. So confusing. So he knows me as Miss Jenkins. I taught U.S. history and youth and law with him last year. He's still an inspiration to me, even though I don't have him. I have to say hi, Jeffrey, every single day when I see him. He's respectable, he's determined, he's committed, he's hardworking, and he has a charming attitude. He's a man of few words. He doesn't speak a lot, but it doesn't bother me. When he first started in my class, he was quiet. I had him in the front row, and I made it a point to always say something to him, or how do you like this? And is black or white with him? No, I don't like it. Yes, I like it. It was never any dramatization or exaggeration. It was just black or white. After a while, just me talking with him every day in class, the kids got to know him. He always does his work. If he's absent, he emails me and say, hey, I'm sorry that I'm not in class today. Can you please email me my assignments? And he'll come in the next day and apologizing again, which he didn't have to, but that's the type of person he is. When I put him in group assignments, he would be the leader, and everyone relied on him. And he was a man of few words, but he took the lead position. In basketball, he plays basketball, like he said, every day. It'd be 3 digits and he's playing, and the guys love it. He's like the team captain. And when I say, go Jeffrey, he goes into turbo mode. I mean, it's kind of like a video game, I swear to you. He's an awesome kid. I'm glad that he wanted me to be here. It's an honor for him to have me here. So thank you.
Wow. Well, I'm Jeffrey's mom, and I can't be even more prouder of him than I am right now. As he said, his whole school life has been a massive struggle for him, and for him to turn it around in the last 2 years and become the student that he has become is just amazing. It's amazing to me. I wonder at it almost every day. He is the kindest person. He has the biggest heart towards people and animals, including the fact that about 2 weeks ago he adopted a hatchling California desert tortoise that we found in the yard and is now raising him. And after mom having to spend $100 on setting up the whole shot, that turtle is still making it. So we're going good with the turtle. He's a wonderful, as she said, a wonderful athlete in basketball, baseball, football, anything. And I just couldn't be more prouder of him than I am today. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, would like to introduce to you the principal at Heritage High School, Julie Zerald.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here today with Karina. Karina is one of the coolest kids you'll ever meet, and you'll see when her personality will just really shine through when she starts talking. But I think what most people would say about Karina is her heart to give, and she's giving everywhere she goes. And just the conversation we had before we started breakfast this morning is one of the things that she's just a really one of those go-getters that always is looking to improve those around her and the community around her. She said if she went to a school that didn't have a certain program, that's okay, because I'll just start it. And that's absolutely how Karina is, that if something's not there that she thinks needs to be there, she's going to be the first one to step up and go after that and make sure that that happens. And she's just one of those people on campus that lights up everywhere she goes and brings a smile to everybody's face. So it's my pleasure to introduce Karina.
Okay, testing. Okay, so my name's Karina. I want to start off by saying thank you. I'm honored to be standing here with just these incredible students and the people who make this happen. I would have never expected to be nominated. It's really amazing. I'd like to introduce my family, my wonderful mother, Yolanda, and my wonderful father, who have both supported me through absolutely everything. And my Aunt Nancy is taking pictures in the purple shirt. All right, so if there's one thing I've learned, it's that nothing in life is ever certain. I can plan everything to be perfect, but it won't go as smoothly as I would hope. What I do know for sure is that the first step is a higher education. Within the next couple weeks, I will be applying to several colleges, including UCLA, UC Berkeley, and UC Irvine.
You have them in the right order.
Number one. All right. I'm interested in holistic medicine, which essentially focuses more on the patient than the symptoms. It's a growing field, and it offers a different approach to healthcare. It's something that I really want to introduce to a lot of people because it's something that not many people know, and it's actually it's revolutionary. It just takes a little couple minutes of research, and it's truly incredible. A lot of the things that I've learned has actually come from my experience with Relay for Life. It's a fundraising event for the fight against cancer. The first year I fell in love with the atmosphere and the purpose. I'm shaking.
Me too.
Now it will be my second year as event chair. This puts me responsible for the committee that essentially organizes the entire event. It hasn't been easy through AP classes, sports, and just all the craziness that I'm also just countless nights of no sleep. I do it all because I couldn't tell you how many times these people have brought me to tears. It's been said in my lifetime that cancer will be cured, and I would like more than anything to be a part of that. So I'd just like to say thank you again. I'm really honored to be here, and I'd like to introduce my wonderful teacher, Ms. Holyoke.
Yeah, so she already got the tears going. I have known Karina since she was a freshman, and I watched her blossom into a wonderful woman. She's very dedicated, very passionate, and I've worked with her in class, obviously. I've worked with her through Link Crew on campus, and she is my event chair. I am the liaison between the American Cancer Society and our Heritage High School Relay for Life event, and I don't know where I would be without her and her love for wanting to find that cure. One thing I know about Karina, just that I knew I had to nominate her for this, was the first week of school, or maybe second week. She had a box full of little paper smiley faces, and she gave me a smiley face, and she said, "Here, I hope you have a great day." And I was like, "What are you doing, Karina?" And she goes, "I'm walking around giving people smiley faces to hope to brighten their day." And it's those little things that she does, despite the fact that she is up 22 and a half hours a day, sending out emails for things, doing her work. She's always smiling and always putting others first, and always really wanting to make sure people are feeling good about themselves and happy. And it was my pleasure and with great excitement that I knew Karina was going to get Student of the Month this month. So I love her to death, and I'm very proud of you. And I'm going to miss my Bohemian Rhapsody 2 a.m. Relay for Life singing partner at our Relay for event. She told me she vows to come back and sing with me every year. I'm holding to that.
I will.
Congratulations, Karina.
I'd like to introduce my mother.
So I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm a proud mama, and I can be up here for hours. A little thing that maybe a lot of people don't know about my daughter is that she actually came to us pretty premature. She was born 2 months early. We lost her 4 times. And she fought through, and I knew then my daughter was special. With that said, I think that some people are put in this earth to make a difference. A lot of people don't know what that means. They can say it, but doesn't people really live through it? And she really does. She has the dedication, the passion, the love. She pushes through no matter what. And one of the biggest, attributes that she has is that she always finishes what she starts. So she set her goals and she'll finish it regardless of how long it takes her to get there. So it's really amazing. I have a little piece that I want to close out with, and it's something that she doesn't know I have. She wrote her thoughts down about 5 years ago. Oh God, you said I wasn't gonna do this.
No, we said you
About
were.
5 years ago, she wrote her thoughts down and she left a little sticky note on her desk. And I thought it was part of her essay, and I kind of left her alone, but after reading it, I fell in love with what she wrote. And it really says what she is all about. So after 5 days of sitting there, I decided to steal it, and I kept it for myself, and I've had it in my book for about 5 years. So I'm gonna let you know what she wrote, and it's kind of like in the middle of a sentence. It says, "But still managed to show more passion in life in a day than some people do in their entire life. I am willing to spend the rest of my life towards making even the smallest amount of difference." And that's my daughter.
Thank you. All right, I'd like to introduce Don Williamson from Paloma Valley High School.
Wow. Do we have some great students or what? I tell you what. In our student, Julia is no exception to what we've been hearing so far today and what we've heard so far this year from our other students of the month. And what I'm reminded of is a posting I saw recently when I hear these students talk, is that we're not born with a good life or a bad life. We're given a life, and it's up to each one of us to make it good or bad. And I think that is what these students are doing. They're turning their lives into something fantastic and magnificent. And I'm really proud of each and every one of them. Each of our sites has got phenomenal students. And these students are just the tip of the iceberg of what we have to offer in our schools. And I'm so proud of each one of them. And Julia, I tell you what, look how small she is. I would take this young lady into any dark alley because not only does she do Muay Thai, she does karate, she does jujitsu, she was thinking about going into MMA, along with her college aspirations. So she has so much to offer, and she's also given back to other students on campus. She's in Link Crew, she's in Key Club, she's in Interact, she volunteers constantly. And that's the kind of student that we all like to have. And so I'm so proud of her. Without any further ado, Julia.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for all being here. My name is Julia Isabel Rivera. I was born in the Philippines, and I'm 100% Filipina. And thanks to my parents for making sure that I speak Tagalog at home. I've maintained the language, and now I'm fluent in that. My transition from elementary to middle school was pretty much a transition from private to public schools. My parents, knowing the transition would be very different and knowing that I'm this really short girl that could be a target for bullying, they decided to find a gym where I could learn self-defense, and so that's where I started my mixed martial arts. My transition from middle school to high school was not as difficult. I was excited for high school and I had all my friends there with me, and what happened during freshman year was when I experienced adversity. I was playing in a high school basketball game and when I landed badly on my leg. I suffered a comminuted fracture on my tibia and fibula, and with that I was out of basketball and mixed martial arts. During the duration of my recovery, I was both physically and emotionally unwell. I couldn't move without pain, and when I had surgery, I would feel the screws scraping against the inside of my skin. I couldn't move without pain, and I was worried that complications would affect me and that I wouldn't be able to return to my sports. But thankfully, with my family and my friends, they were there to encourage me, to keep me optimistic. And after 6 months, I was fully healed, and I was able to start training again. Now as a senior, I'm working on achieving my goals of maintaining straight A's, getting into my top college choices, UCLA, being one of them, UC Berkeley, Stanford, Caltech, and UCSD. And I plan on studying environmental engineering. And with that, I not only wish to give back to the community, but to the world, to the entire world, by helping find solutions to things like air and water pollution. I hope to improve recycling and to just improve the environment overall. So I would like to introduce my mom, June Rivera. Lopez first. But first, my counselor, Mr. Lopez.
Julia's, she is an outstanding student. She's poised, persistent. Again, freshman year, she was, when we first saw her with her, came in with her mom and talking about scheduling and trying to set her up for college. She was shy, quiet, but she's grown into this poised, mature young woman. When I was talking about persistence, this past start of this school year, she had an issue with her schedule. She wanted to take 2 AP science courses. And so we weren't able to get that, give her her schedule, but she kept coming back. And then the next week she kept coming back. And then she took it a step further and showed some leadership and talked to some of the top students in the school and met with Mr. Williamson to talk about trying to get into the class. Eventually she got in. So again, she's very persistent. Again, I have no doubt that she's going to achieve great things beyond high school. And again, she practices martial arts. So in addition to her goals of being an engineer, environmental engineer, going to a top college, she wants to be a professional mixed martial arts fighter. So don't judge a book by its cover. You may tune in to TV and see her fighting for the championship. So again, just a great young woman, and you know, congratulations to all the students at the respective sites and to Julia. And now to introduce her mother.
Good morning. And first, I would like to thank all the sponsors for having this wonderful Student of the Month celebration, I guess, because we celebrate our kids. When I first met Julia, I knew God has blessed me so much. She's, you know, I'm a mom, so I would brag, but she makes my life easy. I have like 2 younger kids, and she's always there to support me. I remember one friend of mine have told me that my child is a dream child. And ever since then, I was like, yes, she is my dream child. Not only because she does excel academically, but she you know, she's responsible. She is very well-rounded. And she always attacks a goal that she sets, and she does not consider failure. And just like she has mentioned earlier with her the injury that has really rattled our family, you know, being a mom, thinking the worst, you know, that, you know, because they tell you she might lose her leg and stuff like that. You don't tell a mom things like that because moms panic. But she pulled through, and I'm really, really proud of her for considering that as something for her to keep going. And I would also like to say, share, like when she was a little girl, she would always say this one phrase, "Be happy." I don't know, she's just like, every person she meets, she goes, "Be happy." And every time, you know, she says that, you just feel happy, you know, very invigorated. But you know, you're like, okay, this small child sees everything positive, you know. So I know this child of mine is just a good, a great role model for my little ones too, because she's just such an optimist, and she's very God-fearing, and I couldn't be more proud. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's that time to invite Sally Myers back up to wrap up the program. Thank you,
very
Sally.
much. Awesome, thank you. Were you all inspired today? Yes, I definitely was too, and I take copious notes throughout because I always like to share a little bit at the end. I wanted to take a moment and introduce the fine students from Paloma Valley High School, and since I don't have all your names, when I sort of look at you, will you tell us your name, please? Sabrina. Okay. Rotzi. I like that. And Michael, and I know there's a few more behind you back there that I can't see. And your names? Are you thinking about your name? Or can I just not hear you? Stephen and Justin. All right. And then Mr. Hughes. Where is Mr. Randy Hughes? Okay, he is really seated back in there. You probably can't see him. His hand is kind of waving behind the vase back there. But Randy and his team of amazing students videotape. It's part of a classroom project. They edit and they prepare it for Time Warner Cable Television so other folks in the community have the opportunity to share and witness and see what we do. And this is how our program also makes a difference, because people in the community have the chance to see what you have accomplished, what you've experienced, maybe challenges that you've overcome, and just how you present yourself, the fact that you're honest and sincere. And you may never know the people on the other side of that television screen that you have touched, that you have inspired, and you have incentivized to make a difference in their lives. There's really only one person that knows, and who is that? It's our God, right? He knows. And so that's really exciting. So I want to just share, I wrote down a few key words and phrases about some of you, and I wanted to share them with you. And it's interesting because some of the words that were used to describe were kind of like the theme of today. There was the word passion and dedication and making a difference. And so Miss Leslie, how are you? I enjoyed your story, as everybody did. You're welcome to stay right there. I don't need to put you on the spot. I'm just talking about you. So you can just sit and enjoy. One of the words that I kind of came up with was sheer determination and perseverance and learning the value of education through your young life experiences thus far, and not giving up. And so you are definitely a true testament to all of us. And Mr. Jeffrey, where's Mr. Oh, there you are, Mr. You know, I want to see that smile one more time. And I want to see your teeth when you smile. Because I sense, because you're a quiet young man, that I have a feeling that your smile is more sort of inside. But I got to tell you, when you smile on the outside, do it again. It is contagious. It really is. So I want to see that smile more often. I like that smile. And you know, you are a true inspiration. Because here again, there's been obviously some struggles, and yet your family has stayed true to each other. You've stayed together. You've been committed. You've supported one another. And when you use words like consistent and hard work and energy and staying true to yourself, sometimes people at my age, we're still trying to figure that out. But you have rolled that together at a very young age with a smile. I'm a big smile person. And I know that you are going to continue to be an amazing example. And I like the fact that you're going into physical therapy. I have lived my life in physical therapy, so I know how important physical therapists are, especially ones that smile. So you're going to be the best physical therapist around, I can just tell. And Miss Karina, where's Miss? There you are, Miss Karina, that cute smile of yours as well. You know, I like the fact that you said nothing in life is certain. I tell myself that a lot, but sometimes I have a hard time believing it, and yet it is so true. And you have it down, girl, and I like that. And the fact that you want to make a difference in the smallest way, because you can't put a price tag or a value on really making a difference. Because if you have touched the life of one person and you have changed the way that they either value themselves, is life-changing, right? It is. And the fact that you want to cure cancer, I like that. Because those of you in this room that have been to my home for our volunteer event, you know my little Emma? Those of you that know Emma, she had to suddenly quit working for me because of lymphoma cancer. And she's been with me for 20 years, and she's been like my best friend, and made sure that the Myers home was able to operate successfully so we could run our businesses. And I feel like even though she's going through treatment and whatnot right now, just the fact that I don't get to interact with her on a regular basis now, I feel like I've lost my right arm, my left arm. Every important part of me is missing, and so I know that that is very important to be able to have people that want to be able to cure cancer and other very serious life diseases. And then Miss Julia, cute petite Miss Julia. And I was very impressed with the word that was used was optimism or optimistic. And again, the words that I selected for you are perseverance and persistence, determination. I like the dream child. I like that be happy. And see, when I say that, you even smile. I want to see, look at those smiles on all of you. You know, it is really quite special. And I think you burn extra calories when you smile too. And it just makes people feel really good. And you all have made us feel extremely proud. And I like to end with John Maxwell, and he's a author, he's a pastor, he's a motivational speaker. He's someone that he has what's called Minute with Maxwell, and my husband and I listen to him every morning, and he has about a minute of sharing about a particular word. And I listen to probably 15 or 20 of them before each month, trying to find a word that I feel might relate to the students. And of course, when you pre-select a word, you really don't know how it's going to relate. But I'll tell you what, God is really good, because this one really relates quite well to you all today. So I'm going to share it with you, and if you would just take a moment and listen.
Hi, my name is John Maxwell. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. Today's Friday challenge word is endurance. Sandra Jenkins from Elkton, Maryland, who is a licensed practical nurse who is now retired, sent out the word endurance. Well, Sandra, if you're retired, I'll bet you endured quite a few years in helping, adding value to people. What a wonderful profession that you're in. It's a great word, endurance. It's a word that separates a lot of people. It separates people that really do succeed from those who want to succeed. Those who really do achieve their dream from those who just have a dream. Those who get to the top of the mountain versus those who go view the mountain. Endurance means that you keep on keeping on. It means you don't stop. It means that when other people quit, you don't quit. When other people turn around, you don't turn around. Now, why is that? Well, it's because your passion, your desire to get to the end is greater than someone else's. Usually it's not talent that separates people. It's usually attitude and desire that separates them. When I think of endurance, I think of two things. One is this person has trained to get there, and so therefore they know that it's a journey. And secondly, they're not stopping. They have an attitude that just basically says, I don't quit. What do you need to take action on today? Think about it. Is there something you're getting ready to give up on, quit on, kind of let go? If there is, well, maybe you need to just take a break, suck some air, and throw back your shoulder and focus and get back in the race.
I like that. Doesn't matter how young we are or how old we are, endurance is very important in everything that we do. So I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity to meet you, to be able to hear your stories, and know that you're going to continue for the balance of the year to make a difference in the lives of your school and in your family. And then when you go off to college, watch, you're going to continue to make a difference. A lot even more substantial than you have today. So I want to thank all of you for coming. We're going to take a picture, so we'll ask all of our students to come forward, and Miss Sarah's going to take our picture up here, and then if you want to do one out front, let me know. And of course, we'd like our city representatives, John Denver and Mark Yarborough, to come forward, and of course our chamber representatives and Dr. Greenberg. So thank you very much. That concludes our program, and may God richly bless you. Thank you.